The White Lotus Season 3 has been renewed for a third season and is set to be released in 2025. With a new setting in Thailand, the limited series is set to star Carrie Coon, Parker Posey, Jason Isaacs, Michelle Monaghan, and Leslie Bibb. But Belinda, played by Natasha Rothwell, the spa manager from the Maui resort in Season 1, is expected to return for Season 3. A while back, I did a review of the fabulous costumes in Season 2, one of the rare times when I reviewed contemporary costumes. I'll leave a link in my pinned comment in case you want to check it out. I'd always meant to return to Season 1, so as we are waiting on production to produce the next season, I thought it would be fun to revisit the costumes from the inaugural season. But before we do, there will be some spoilers, and while I might touch on Season 2 as it ties into Season 1, I will avoid spoilers just in case you haven't had a chance to watch it yet. The White Lotus Season 1 is an American dark comedy anthology series created, written, and directed by Mike White for HBO. It features an ensemble cast, most notably Murray Bartlett, Connie Britton, Jennifer Coolidge, and Alexandra Daddario. In contrast to the multiple locations featured in Season 2's The White Lotus, which ventured beyond the confines of the hotel and spa, the island backdrop in Season 1 is more secluded, primarily centered around the specific location in Maui. Consequently, the scale of the costumes is relatively modest in comparison to the abundance of outfits showcased in Season 2. Now, one can only anticipate what awaits us as we look forward to the upcoming season set in Thailand. The costumes for Season 1 and 2 were designed by costume designer Alex Bovaird, known for her work in Jordan Peele's Nope, The Spy Who Dumped Me, and The Adjustment Bureau. She was nominated for an Emmy in Outstanding Contemporary Costumes for a Series for The White Lotus Seasons 1 and 2. And you might have caught some of her more recent work on HBO's True Detective Night Country starring Jodie Foster. Something that I admire is that Bovaird often works with local and smaller designers, as is the case here, but also in Season 2. And even if you haven't traveled to Hawaii yourself, you feel as if you've experienced the destination vicariously through the characters adorned in stunning attire against the backdrop of a beautiful setting. Shot at the Four Seasons Resort Maui during COVID, actor Steven Zahn told The Hollywood Reporter that the hotel was closed during filming, which resulted in a bubble for the cast and crew. The costume design team conducted thorough research by immersing themselves in the realm of affluent vacationers, observing their actual clothing choices to ensure authenticity. Due to their confinement at the hotel during shooting, planning was imperative. Before flying to Hawaii, Bovaird said that she gathered as many items as possible, packing them into shipping containers. Extensive internet research and visits to outlets proved invaluable in acquiring necessities. Despite the isolation, Bovaird had the opportunity to obtain essential items at the Four Seasons shop in Maui, typically closed, that opened once a week. According to Bovaird, the White Lotus cast, fortunately, fully embraced their characters and immersed themselves in the Hawaiian setting. Shop Your TV has identified many wardrobe pieces used in the show, so I'll leave a link to their website in case you are trying to find certain costumes. And to make things easy, I am going to break everything down by character. I'll leave timestamps so that you can jump ahead to your favorite characters at any time. The staff. I just love the staff at the White Lotus Maui Resort, dressed in a relaxed silhouette, but not so casual as to be unprofessional. Bovaird said in an interview with The Art of Costume, the White Lotus is supposed to be like a Four Seasons, so there is supposed to be a somewhat formal feel, but then you're in Hawaii, which means it's very relaxed. It appears that the staff don't have an official uniform like they do in Season 2, but there is some kind of dress code in place where the men and women must be neatly dressed in punchy, tropical colors and florals. It's a kind of business casual, or Hawaiian business, as Bovaird calls it, which means adorning an aloha shirt paired with slacks. A must for hotel staff, however, is that they must always wear their White Lotus name tag on their left side when on duty. For the wardrobe palette, Bovaird said that they devoted significant attention to the colors of Hawaii, the fruits and the flowers. The inspiration stemmed from elements such as mango, the blue hues of the ocean, and pineapple, leading them to incorporate numerous floral prints and vibrant colors into their design. The overarching goal was to embrace a full-fledged tropical theme. She said, "We wanted richness and diversity in the animals and the flowers, which also entwined with the production design. We would meet and talk about the wallpapers that ended up being used in the opening credits, too." Belinda, the resort's kind and empathetic spa manager, is dressed in a wardrobe of solids and prints. At one point, she wears this loose-fitting jumpsuit featuring a zebra motif paired with a floral overjacket. Now, in theory, it doesn't sound like the kind of combination that would work, but it does. Belinda's wardrobe also features solids like her spa gray top and pants with some delicate white embroidery on the collar and cuffs, and a floral blouse that she wears to Tanya's boat eulogy. While her blouse is collarless with three-quarter length sleeves, I found this Worthington pink tropical floral, shimmering satin button-down in the same print. As the White Lotus resort manager, Armond is the spiffiest dressed in a variety of two-piece linen suits in a range of colors. Though the buttons are different, I came up with a close match to his natural linen suit with this Cubovera de la Vie linen sport coat and flat front pants. In case you're wondering, and I had to look it up myself, de la Vie means faded, where the fabric has a washed effect. Paired with his suits, Armond often wears floral aloha shirts that complement and contrast his solid-colored suits, and along with his name tag, he typically dons a branded White Lotus pin on his jacket lapel. In a way, Armand's suits reflect his character arc, as the fabric naturally begins to crease. While linen will wrinkle even under the best of circumstances, Armond puts it to the test. Bovaird says of Armand's costume trajectory, "Armand's suit just gets annihilated in the last couple of episodes because he's really deteriorating. It's important that he sweats into his linen suit and it looks ragged so that you can really see the disintegration of his mind and clothes." Now, I'm not 100%, but Armand's season finale jacket looks like this de la Vie linen blazer in the color rose. Armand's final shirt, a vintage aloha shirt from Rain Spooner, featuring this distinctive sea snake and blue coral print, was a favorite of Bovaird. However, it proved to be challenging because they required multiples for the scene. The intricate process of aligning the prints presented difficulties. She said that the decision to embrace the vibrant, faded aesthetic of the shirt added to the impact of Armand's dramatic departure. Bovaird added that his shirt served as Armand's ultimate attire as he neared his last moments, symbolically mirroring the fading colors that echoed his internal conflicts. For my research, his Rain Spooner shirt in the deep sea jive print is in the color Think Pink Give Back from a limited edition shirt to raise money for breast cancer. And I've identified a few other of his shirts, such as this Bar 3 organic cotton watercolor floral print slim fit dress shirt worn with his powder blue suit, and this Cubovera men's tropical print short sleeve button down shirt in the color crystal teal. Tanya McQuoid. Tanya McQuoid, a rich, needy, and self-absorbed heiress, is one of the only characters to appear in both seasons 1 and 2 of The White Lotus. In the first season, she visits the resort to find inner peace and self-discovery after her mother's recent passing, with the intent of scattering her mother's ashes. By comparison to her numerous outfits in season 2, Tanya's wardrobe here is limited because she remains in one location only. I love her character and her costumes in season 1. Bovaird said that Tanya's character, as written in the script, screams kooky costume lady, but the costume designer tells Variety that she didn't want to steer her into joke territory either, because Jennifer Coolidge plays that so well, wanting the audience to empathize with Tanya and not to laugh at her. Bovaird said it was about trying to strike the balance between acknowledging her eccentric, loud, ostentatious outfits and avoiding going too over the top. For Tanya, Bovaird had a more extensive collection of clothes than usual, including several items that complemented Jennifer's appearance exceptionally well. When Tanya first arrives at the resort, she's dressed in this lovely agua alta linen dress in a monkey print by the Colombian resortwear brand Wanda Dios. It's worn over top of a black tank and fitted thigh-length shorts. Tanya wears it with high-wedge leather sandals and a matching leather shoulder bag with a tooling detail on the shoulder. She wears another Wanda Dios agua alta dress in a green palm print. Tanya also wears a selection of caftans, the ultimate in resort wear. Bovaird used a few caftans from the San Diego-based brand Jennifer Grace, like this Leonora scarf caftan, when Tanya is looking in the mirror trying to find the right outfit. While the teal version from the show doesn't appear to be available, I found this one in a purple colorway. Tanya also dons this Jennifer Grace Monroe koi kimono with rose pink faux fur trim on the cuffs. Another brand that Bovaird turned to was Camilla Resortwear out of Australia from their boutique in Costa Mesa, California. When Tanya first meets Greg, she's wearing this one-of-a-kind floral print caftan tunic on a white ground by Camilla Resortwear. Bovaird said, "We tried the dress on Jennifer early on, and it turned out to be a successful choice. It was one of the initial options we tested on her, and she embraced it wholeheartedly." Bovaird adds that, "It felt like a significant victory for me since she initially had reservations about her outfit and presentation. The dress, adorned with feathers at the bottom, is uniquely charming, and it's a rare sight. She radiates elegance and white, especially in the nighttime ambiance." Encountering the girls with the drugs in episode 2, Tanya wore another Camilla piece. The attire consisted of a flowing robe adorned with shades of blue, aqua, and green, complete with a hood. Bovaird said as the wind caught the robe, it billowed gracefully, creating a striking entrance. The overall effect was a beautiful and flowing cape that added to her impactful presence. Tanya wore a few more pieces from the brand, including this Lost Paradise print bell sleeve silk crepe dress and this white floral V-neck caftan that Tanya wears when tossing her mother's ashes in the ocean. Additionally, Bovaird acquired sarongs and wraps from a local Maui designer named Ranjana, including this gorgeous green wrap that Tanya wears over a silver dress. According to the designer, the dress itself was inexpensive, while the wrap was a pricier addition, creating a delightful combination. For the eulogy scene on the boat, the designer chose a black vintage dress with gold-beaded accents for Tanya. Bovaird said that the idea was she probably got it on one of her travels, maybe in Morocco. It was Jennifer Coolidge herself, however, who wanted to include the black sheer veil. Bovaird describes how the actress initially envisioned incorporating something into the boat scene from the beginning. They experimented with various ways of wearing it, including trying it on her shoulders. My favorite look for Tanya in Season 1 is this black corset number that Tanya wears in the season finale with this lovely sheer tied robe over top. Now let me know in the comments what your favorite Tanya look is. The other guests. Nicole and Mark Mossbacher. Nicole and Mark Mossbacher are vacationing at the White Lotus with their family. As the CFO of a Goop-like company with a hint of Gwyneth Paltrow, Nicole and her family are incredibly privileged. According to the designer, Nicole's vibrant and fashion-forward wardrobe for Hawaii includes breathable cotton by day, silk by night, and seamlessly integrates vintage elements. Bovaird said, "I had to go far and wide to pull the costumes together and use a lot of secondhand and vintage." Like Tanya, Nicole embraces the high-end resort wear look. Her arrival outfit is this off-white Rosetta-belted striped gauze and satin wide-leg jumpsuit by Lisa Marie Fernandez, worn with a chocolate brown Louis Vuitton shoulder bag in ebony checkerboard and a wide-brimmed straw hat. Bovaird said Nicole also likes her hats. Connie Britton was really game. At $2,500 a pop, Nicole also owns another Louis Vuitton shoulder bag in azure checkerboard. She wears it with this adorable Poupette St. Barr Mila mini dress in the color Blue Egypt. Nicole embraces the caftan look in this Vicks swimwear long caftan in the color gray, worn with this fab red and white striped large-brimmed hat. A few other high-end ensembles include this Diane von Furstenberg, black and green printed silk knit Tallulah 2 mini wrap dress, a Zimmermann Lady Beetle pussy bow ruffled burned out velvet mini dress, and this Hervé Léger tweed fringe dress. Nicole also wears lots of luxury brand jewelry, but the only piece I could identify is this Piaget Possession 18-karat rose gold diamond and pendant necklace that's worth about $7,000. At one point in their hotel room, she's pictured wearing it with this lighthouse, beach sleeveless tiered maxi dress by the California-based 9 Seed. Olivia and Paula. Nicole and Mark's daughter, Olivia, is a college sophomore who is vacationing at the resort with her family, and Paula, her less privileged but equally caustic friend from college. Bovaird explains that Olivia and Paula exude confidence, being part of the Gen Z cohort. They engage in thrifting, prioritize eco-conscious choices, and actively critique fast fashion, demonstrating a keen awareness of their clothing choices. The design team meticulously curated their outfits to give off a casually thrown-together vibe while, like other characters, Olivia and Paula are infused with vibrant colors. Because many of Olivia and Paula's pieces were secondhand or vintage, it was hard to identify them. But a few of Paula's tops are identifiable, including this junk culture, orchestral maneuvers in the dark, and Rage Against the Machine vintage tees. As well, her sunglasses appear to be these Vera Wang V486 in the color black fade. Olivia's one-piece swimsuit is this pretty, vintage floral cash one-piece from Frankie's Bikinis, while this multicolored crop tank is by Nike. A few other Olivia outfits are by the boho brand Free People. They include these sun-kissed denim casual women's adjustable short overalls and this blue mixed emotions dress. But my favorite piece is Olivia's mushroom corduroy bucket hat by Urban Outfitters. Shane and Rachel Patton. Shane and Rachel Patton are newlyweds staying at the White Lotus Resort for their honeymoon. Rachel is a struggling journalist who does clickbait gigs, while Shane is a wealthy and arrogant real estate agent and mama's boy. Next to Tanya, Shane appears to have the largest wardrobe on the show. According to Bovaird, actor Jake Lacey, who plays Shane Patton, had a lot to say about his clothes. She said, "We did more alterations on Shane than anybody else. We wanted to make sure that the shorts fit just right. Not too short, not too long." She adds, "He's the Vineyard Vines guy." Now, in case you live outside the U.S. like I do, Vineyard Vines is an American clothing and accessory retailer founded in 1998 in Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts, and markets high-end ties, hats, belts, shirts, shorts, and swimwear. Bovaird tells Grazia, "Shane's character reminds me of the time I went on a boat to Nantucket, where I saw 3 men sport the same salmon shade of trousers. This reinforced the idea of conforming to a certain aesthetic." Shane wears plenty of Ralph Lauren, for example, this bright yellow polo shirt and mint green earth polo. He also dons this polo short-sleeve tropical print linen blend sports shirt and wears this rather snug-fitting Brooks Brothers blue sailboat print sweater. Trapped on the boat with Tanya, Shane wears these Ray-Ban sunglasses. My favorite top of Shane's is this awesome OAS banana leaf Cuba terry cloth short-sleeve shirt in green. He wears it to breakfast with a red Cornell University ball cap. Cornell is a private Ivy League university based in Ithaca, New York. Bovaird said, "We talked a lot about what college it should be." According to my friends over at Banff Style, Shane's pink and white candy-striped seersucker shirt from the fashion brand ONIA follows the traditional design of a leisure-oriented camp shirt, so named for its flat-notched one-piece camp collar, also known as a Cuban collar, among other names. His blue bottoms are a Bacchanal swim trunks from Tombolo leisure wear that are made from 92% recycled plastic and nylon. Sadly, they are discontinued. Banff Style identifies Shane's wristwatch as by Swiss luxury manufacturer Franck Muller in the collection Conquistador. These watches sell at an average unit price of 38,000 euros. I couldn't find an exact match, but here is Franck Muller's Century Cervex watch to give you an idea. Rachel's outfits were inspired by an acquaintance of Bovairds from her East Village days who, like Rachel, married someone in finance while maintaining an artsy identity. Bovaird said, despite her recent union with Shane, Rachel is in the process of self-discovery and questioning the reasons behind her marriage. Their divergent values and backgrounds are reflected in her wardrobe, where vintage pieces coexist with a Goya bag. Like Portia in Season 2, Rachel's style was all over the place in my opinion, with odd pairings and some mix-and-match items that looked ill-fitted. But as in the case with Portia, I think it worked for her character. I suppose when you marry into money, you don't suddenly give away all of your current wardrobe. Rachel's arrival outfit is by Anthropologie, like this mauve whimsical blouse worn with these Zara high-waisted Bermuda shorts. The look is completed with this French luxury brand Goya Saint Louis GM tote in green, produced from Goya Dean canvas, first produced in 1982. Other cheaper branded items include these Anthropologie Megan Patch pocket shorts in the color ochre. Worn with this sweet white embroidered blouse, possibly vintage, this is my favorite Rachel look. Perhaps Shane took Rachel shopping at the Vineyard Vines and purchased her this bamboo lattice halter jumpsuit and floral flamingos tunic dress. Moving into the mid to higher price range, Rachel wears these pieces: a Valentino mint green printed short-sleeve silk top worn on the boat cruise with Shane, this Devotion Twins pink-red Ella shirt dress, an M. Masani metallic striped blouse and flare dress, and a Mara Hoffman leaf-embroidered off-the-shoulder playsuit. But where Rachel shows her newfound wealth is in her jewelry, with 3 pieces from Lara Jewels, possibly sold out of the Four Seasons Resort in Maui. Worn throughout the season is this large smile necklace, worn simultaneously with this small evil eye necklace. Rachel also wears this large square cuff on her wrist. Now, I need to address a sensitive topic, and I'm not engaging in any form of body shaming towards actress Alexandra Daddario, who is undeniably stunning. Both Daddario and Sydney Sweeney, who plays Olivia, have voluptuous figures with petite frames. This poses a challenge when it comes to finding well-fitting bras and bikinis, as manufacturers in the U.S. typically don't cater to their sizes. However, some European brands do. So I want to bring attention to this issue without placing blame on the designers. It's not an isolated problem, rather, it's something I frequently observe across various media. If you're watching any of my analysis on historical and fantasy shows, you might have noted that I often point out errors in underpinnings. In this contemporary setting, I fail to see why this should be any different. So let's take a closer look at the bikini top worn by Alexandra, which appears to be the wrong size. The band is riding up her back because it's too big, and the cup is significantly too small. This not only creates an unflattering appearance, but it can also lead to discomfort, as Alexandra seems to be squeezed into these cups, pillowing over the top, and the cup riding up so that the wire is sitting on her breasts and digging into her sides. The black and white palm leaf bikini features a soft cup bikini top that is also too small. However, in this case, the band can barely support the weight of her breasts, so she's spilling out over the top. A dive into the pool and whoosh, that would be gone. Because this video was getting so long, I had to leave out a few characters. Now, I'm blaming Shane for this because in typical Shane fashion, he had to have a large portion of the video dedicated to him. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, make sure to check out my Season 2 review of the White Lotus in the Sicily location. And I'm really looking forward to Season 3 set in Thailand. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I'll see you in the next video.